You may pass them on the street and never think twice. We're talking about the homeless, the mentally ill, those living on the fringe of society.
Well, 3 such people found dead in freezing temperatures in Sioux Falls over the winter may be long forgotten. Just a story in the daily news cycle, but those people matter to someone.
Tonight in our Kelloland News investigation, Angela Kennedy looks into a case of John Doe found under the 10th Street Viaduct and shows you how his family believes the system failed the man who was somebody's son.
Temperatures on January 15th dipped well below freezing, the coldest night of the year in Sioux Falls to date. The next morning, 2 people walking under the 10th Street Viaduct came across a man lying on the sidewalk unresponsive, with mucus and saliva frozen to his face. They called 911. John Doe was admitted to the Avera emergency room about a mile away at 7:27 a.m. He was in full cardiac arrest with severe hypothermia. The hospital identified him as 25-year-old Richard Myers. They called his mother in Brookings to come to the ER, where they asked if they could take him off life support.
And I was like, yeah, you can stop the heart machine, and they stopped it and he flatlined.
Myers' cause of death? Hypothermia from exposure to the cold and acute ethanol intoxication, meaning he was drunk at the time.
I think a lot of people look at him and think, you know, it's just another person. But it's not. That was my son.
A son with a troubled past. Myers had been diagnosed with schizophrenia, depression, with attempts at suicide, aggressive behavior, a history of self-harm, and possibly autism. Buckholz says she couldn't control Myers as a child.
I didn't know how to discipline him.
Buckholz says she made serious mistakes.
I gave up my rights, and he ended up in children's home, and they placed him in many places out in Utah, Colorado. He came back from Georgia.
At 18, Buckholz says her son was dropped on her doorstep with more problems than ever.
He had a lot of drug issues. He was anything to get him a buzz.
Then Myers ended up in prison for grand theft.
We weren't happy he was in jail, in prison, but we were comforted knowing where he was and that he was getting his medication like he was supposed to.
Being in prison was safer for Myers than being out.
And he got violent. He got rages of anger. He started abusing his own medication.
On January 13th, his mother took him to the Brookings emergency room. Myers had overdosed on gabapentin, a painkiller that can be addictive.
We were talking to him about getting help. I said, you can't go on like this. You're violent towards me. You're violent towards your sister. I said, you need to get help with your medication.
The following day, the Brookings Hospital transferred Myers to Avera Behavioral Health in Sioux Falls by ambulance, stating he was not safe to travel alone with his active schizophrenia. According to his medical records from Brookings Health, Myers stated, if he were to go home right now, he would hurt himself again. After Myers was assessed at Avera Behavioral Health, documents show his violence risk went from high when he was admitted to moderate to high the next day, and that his suicide risk went from high to moderate. His mother got a call that her son would be released about 24 hours after being admitted.
And I said, why are you going to release him? I said, he's not fit to be out here right now. And he said that his psychiatrist didn't feel the need that he needed to be there. He wasn't a threat to himself or anybody else. And I said, you can't release him. I said, he's abusing his medication and he's very violent towards his family.
But hospital records show that Myers was not wanting to spend another day in the hospital.
I said, I don't know what you're going to do, Richie. I said, I can't come get you. And he's like, I'll figure it out.
Avera's records show that Buckholz told the staff she was trying to get her son involuntary committed for treatment.
I said, it's not safe for him to leave. And I said, I have no way to get him. And he says, well, we can give him a bus ticket back to Brookings tomorrow morning.
The records show that Myers told his doctors he would stay with friends in Sioux Falls that night and then take the bus back in the morning. His mother questions if he has sober friends in Sioux Falls. Avera says it will work on residential options for patient if he is not able to be detained yet on an IVC tomorrow. But Buckholz was not able to get an involuntary commitment through the court system that quickly. It's unclear in the records whether or not those residential options were found. According to Myers records, the following day, Avera doctors felt safe and appropriate for discharge at this time. Patient does not meet involuntary hold criteria.
But when they released him from the hospital, he had a pair of sweatpants on and a white long sleeve shirt.
We are trying to get an accurate timeline of what happened, and really an accurate one based on the facts and the evidence, in order to ascertain if something happened in a negligent realm, that we could help prevent it from happening next time.
Nicole Perry works for Disability Rights South Dakota. Myers had an intellectual disability and mental illness. Disability Rights South Dakota is a protection and advocacy system that has the authority to look into Myers' death.
We have such a wide range of tools we can use, from making recommendations to agencies, to initiate state-level complaints, to federal injunctions, to litigation and a class action.
The investigation could take up to a year before any recommendation is made. In the meantime, Myers' family wants to make sure people like Richie are not forgotten.
There's a lot of mentally ill people out there. There are people crying for help, and people just walk on by.
There needs to be more help for people like Richie, for the homeless, even if it's for a night.
We called the homeless shelters in Sioux Falls, and they had no records of Richard Myers trying to seek shelter on the night of January 15th. Avera tells Kettleban Investigates that patient privacy laws prevent them from granting us an interview. But Avera did tell us in a statement that its providers follow state law when it comes to under what circumstances a patient can be subjected to a mental health hold or being held against their will. Avera says their prayers are with the family of Richard Myers.